Oh, is there anything worse than shiny new wellies? I need to go and stand in a muddy puddle or something. They're horrific. I feel like Paddington Bear in these. This sounds really random, but we've had a couple of restaurants in the UK, and one of them we became quite well known for our Scotch Eggs. But we've not had a catering business now in 2 years. We sold the last business 2 years ago, and oh God, I'm so glad that we have, simply because of the rate of inflation now in the UK, and more so the energy crisis, you know, how it's hitting pubs and restaurants, and it's potentially going to be the end of a lot of them, unless the new PM does something drastic, and I actually don't think she will. I don't really keep up with politics too much. I just like to keep up with things that used to affect me every day. They don't affect me anymore, but I still like to keep up. I like to, this sounds really petty, but I like to almost just reaffirm to myself that we did the right thing in selling the businesses, and we certainly did. We certainly did. Yeah, the rate of inflation is one thing, you know, the cost of food produce and cooking oil, and but utilities, my God, I'm trying to think what we used to pay. For one of the, we had a pub with a restaurant and letting rooms that we operated for as owner operators for 3-ish years, and then we had another one that we owned but we didn't operate. We had managers in there, but the one that we operated ourselves, our energy bills per year worked out to be approximately £18,000 per year for the electric. And the way the business operated, you know, it would struggle to pay its electric bill in the winter months, because obviously it was more but the trade was a lot less in the winter. It was a very seasonal place where we were, and so now, going off other examples of places, friends that I know, business owners that I still know, that £18,000 per year energy bill would be almost £70,000 per year, which is just nuts. It's just crazy. So the new PM is going to really have to do something major to prevent an absolute, the worst recession in history, I think. Much worse than what has ever come before. Yeah, it's scary times. I'm excited to move into our house on the farm, because I think there is, with the energy crisis now all over Europe, not just the UK, I think people are looking now more broadly at self-sustainable living. I think, you know, prior to a couple of years ago, certainly to COVID, I think it was always a very niche thing. It was only a very small percentage of people, you know, who were particularly green or who wanted to be off-grid. You know, they don't want to be monitored. No, people who want to just get off the system. Go on, mate, you okay? Go on. people are always shocked. Other drivers in Thailand are shocked when you actually let them go forward. They don't know how to respond. I always try to still do it though, because I don't want to turn into one of these Thai drivers that are just so selfish. It's just untrue. I always try to let people go in front of me. But the problem is as well in Thailand, you'll realise this only when you live in Thailand and when you've driven in Thailand for a number of weeks or whatever. I'm used to, in the UK, I will flash my lights as an indication to let somebody go. You know, it's like a way of saying, go on, you go mate, you go ahead of me, flash your lights, ding ding, you know. But here, it's the opposite. If you flash your lights at someone, that's telling them to not go because you are going that way. You'll often see, if you're at a junction going to pull out, you'll see a car coming down the road and they'll be frantically flashing the lights at you, and it's to say, do not go, I'm going down this road, do not pull out. And there is no way in Thailand of letting somebody know that they can go. That sums up the culture of the driving in Thailand. That sums up how selfish it is. And you can get caught out with that, you know. If you're new to Thailand, you're new to driving in Thailand, and you see somebody flashing the lights at you, another motorist, and you just presume they're telling you just to let you go. And if you were to pull out, you'd have a major crash. ครับขอบคุณมากครับโดนละ12ชิ้น186 บาทเลือกได้รวมได้ค่ะหน้าได้สวัสดีครับ I went on a rant about energy prices, and I was talking about Scotch Eggs, weren't I? Yeah, we were really well known for our Scotch Eggs. They were really good, and I really miss making them. So I bought the things today because I've realised, because we've got an air fryer at home, and I've realised you can actually make Scotch Eggs in an air fryer, so I'm going to try it. This is one of the biggest water towers I've ever seen in Thailand. Look at this. It's so tall. I don't know how it's staying up. Commercially, these are not a success because the yolk should be runny. That's an absolute must, and the yolk isn't runny on this. But look, I don't make them commercially anymore, just make them for me, and they are delicious still. I love the colour of the place at the moment. I love this time of year. Green and vibrant everywhere is, you know, it just looks healthy and fresh. I love driving through here. This is Anna's dad's farm is just to the left of us, and I love this area. It's all the bamboo, and it's just beautiful. Again, this time of year, especially when it's all so kind of overgrown.
Yeah, nobody here.
Start getting some of these finishing touches now up here. Make a real difference. Oh, we've had some plumbing put in. This will all get boxed in, this. They've also started the worktop for the kitchen. Drawer space underneath, as well as cupboard space. Look at those wellies. Money, do you like my boots? Do you like them? They're awful, aren't they? My feet are sweating. This is possibly my favourite part of the house, this staircase. There's going to be a sliding door on here. Look, originally we wanted to keep all of this space completely open, including this. We didn't originally want there to be this wall. We wanted there just to be a kind of a banister type of a thing, you know, on the stairs for safety. That was it. It was going to be all completely open. But then we realised that once we put the aircon in, which is going to go, I think, there. Once the aircon goes in, and you've got this big open space down to the kitchen, suddenly your aircon isn't working as well as it should be. Or, you know, it's going to use up a lot more power to chill the room. So that's why we opted to make that wall there. And we're going to just have a sliding door that goes across. Yeah, that was it. There was originally not going to be a wall here either. We wanted this whole space to be completely open, so as you could walk in here. We're going to have a bookcase here with a couple of chairs. We wanted to be able to look over this railing into the stairwell and into the kitchen. But yeah, the aircon setup just wouldn't allow us to do that. So, but still, look, it's still beautiful. So there'll obviously be a banister on here, a railing, metal railing coming down. The stairs are going to be finished in wood, and there'll be a banister on here, but this will be completely open. Oh, it's rain's coming down heavy now. Money, you come down. It's raining, mate. Fun top, Mark. Fun top. Come on. Come down. Here, this door here, we wanted this to be as big as we could get away with, really. And we wanted it to be a concertina style door. That was originally what we'd planned for. We'd budgeted for a concertina door. But as it happens, we realised fairly recently that to make a concertina door burglar safe is nigh on impossible. So we're just going to go for sliding doors instead with, you know, the security grates on them. Oh, look at the rain now, look. The health and safety in Thailand is out of this world. Look at how they've supported. Look at how they're supporting the scaffolding. That's the master bedroom there. Oh, sorry, the balcony. This is the balcony for the master bedroom. In theory, I could jump off the balcony into the pool. Although I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I can't believe this. That's so dangerous. We bought the plans for this house from an architectural company, and then we modified them to what we wanted. Because the original design of the house, all of this was the same, but it was a lot larger, which meant the kitchen was a lot smaller. The original kitchen was where this pillar was, these pillars. So there was still a bathroom there, still the staircase here going up, and the actual kitchen itself was, the actual kitchen was from there to that pillar there. And to that pillar there, if you can see that line, which meant that where I'm stood now, this section, which is, I don't know, a good 2.5, possibly 3 meters wide, was part of the underside of the house. The original house design utilised some of this under house space as car parking, you see, for potentially 2 cars or your motorbikes. So if you were going to put this house design within a sort of town plot or a village plot where you haven't necessarily got much space beyond the plot of the house, then you would park your car underneath here, or 2 cars, whatever. God, the Thai workers are so messy, it's unbelievable. Asking a Thai builder to not litter is like asking it not to rain, you know? It's completely pointless. You have to just accept this. We're not here every day, and if I was here every day, I don't want to be spending my whole day watching out for people dropping rubbish, you know? It's just part of it. The building company have already assured us that their finished product is pristine, you know. I can only apologise for how messy that looks, because for me it's utterly disgusting. But look, you know, it is what it is. All of this space that is not the actual house, you know, is going to be cemented all the way up to the outer wall. So all of this here is going to be cemented up until the wall, all around. There'll be a carport in this space. So yeah, the carport will be in this corner here, and then everything will be cemented all the way around. all the way around the house. We had spoken about having sort of flower beds left this, you know, in this space right around the wall, but it becomes a slight problem because we also need to have water drainage around that side. And there's going to be we could still do the flower beds, but I don't know. Look, that's so trivial. It's, you know, when you start thinking about flower beds, then the thinking about flower beds is for when the house is completed and we're actually living in it. I really couldn't give a shit about flower beds right now, to be honest. It's irrelevant, isn't it? Flower beds don't matter right now. And yeah, look, it's something we can easily do. Shop quick, haven't they?